Hi there, guys. So I'm in my car waiting for a buddy of mine. We're about to head out to a new spot to, to find some chaga and some tinder fungus. And if we're lucky, we're gonna really start poking around. With a good mushroom picking season starting to come up, and I've been really hitting the books pretty hard lately, trying to learn as much as I can about mushrooms and whatnot, and wild edibles. I find it's a weak spot of mine, and I really wanted to work on it. So I want to show you a couple of books that I got. The first one that I got, which probably shouldn't have been my first, but it's a definite great book, is Mushrooms Demystified. It's by David Aurora. It's definitely not a field guide. I don't know if you can look at that. It's like 2.5 inches thick. It's heavy, and it's got a lot of good information in it. It's just way too big to be carrying around. And also I find it's a little bit, the language is a little bit tough. For somebody who's just getting into it or not a mycologist, there's a lot of it that you're not going to understand. So I kind of pushed that book to the side for the time being, because I really needed to learn, the basics before I could jump into something like that. So I picked up this book called Mushroom Hunter. Inside this book, the book is from Linkoff. This is a great book to start off. Language is pretty easy. It explains to you all the parts of mushrooms without using these crazy Greek or Latin scientific words. It really gets you up to the point to where you can start reading that book, The Mushrooms Demystified, and really get into it and understand everything. Now I know some of you are going to be like, Mark, no, don't do it. Don't eat mushrooms. They're crazy. And I know you're right. But, from the studying that I've done in the last couple of weeks, I have noticed that it's not just mushrooms that have a lot of poisonous species out there. It's also wild edibles in general. So any kind of plant. I was looking at it. One of the most poisonous plants that we have in our area is the poison hemlock. And, it doesn't take much of that thing to kill you. And we have it all over the place. So it's definitely, you really got to know what you're doing and what you're eating. And being able to find 3 different sources at minimum to identify what you're eating. And if to get it 100%. And if you don't really know for sure, well, you chuck it out. So anyway, this is the mission for today, is to find some chaga, find some amadou, find a standing dead where I can bring it home and make another bow drill kit, or maybe hand drill too. We'll see. And find some good potential spots to locating mushrooms, because a lot of times certain mushrooms will grow on certain trees or in certain types of forests, and that's what we're going to look for. Is, would this be a good spot for a potential morel hunt, or for finding chanterelles later on, that kind of thing. So we found a new spot. Like I said, we're going to hit it. We're going to hit it hard today, see what we can find, and hopefully we come home with a pack full of chaga, and that would be a wonderful day. So stick around, guys, and we'll get to explore a new spot. All right, guys, so I should have brought you back here a little bit earlier, but here we are, and if you could see it on the tree straight up ahead, there's a giant piece of chaga. It's way too high to reach, but I'm going to see if I can get my hawk attached to a pole, see if we can knock that sucker down. Let's go take a closer look.
Don't break your blade.
No.
Try to hit it again. Oh, you right? Yeah. There we Whoa!
Alright, guys, so I guess I'll give you a look. There we go. A lot of sawing. It's got a hollow bit in there, but we'll know more once you dry it out, see how it is. As long as it's not mushy, I'm eating it. Alright, so here we are. You can take a look around a little bit. Got a nice mixed forest here. A lot of hemlock, a lot of beech. There's a few other species. Kind of hard to tell what they are right now, because we can barely see any leaves. And yeah, and we haven't seen any oak leaves, no maple, no nothing yet, but there's a lot of coniferous trees here, so should be a good spot for chanterelles. But I'm not telling you where we are, so you'll have to find your own spot. So we're going to continue on the trail. We're going to see what else we can find. And hopefully we can get on to some more pieces of chaga and maybe some amadou. We can take that home and cut out the good parts and toss out the bad. So here we go. Just found another piece. We knocked it off with that big stick. Beautiful colors in there. Look at that. Lots of yellow, bright orange. It's a nice little chunk. And we took it off from that spot right here. There we are. Appears like we got some kind of critter track here. Looks like it might be a fisher or something. We do have them in the area. They were brought in to kill off the porcupines. But haven't seen one yet. Finding one around daytime will be tough though, especially at this time. Well, we just found another little piece of chaga. We've been kind of scouring these woods a little bit. It's been a little rough, but as you can see our terrain, we've got ice. Some of it's dicey, some of it's solid, so we got to really take our time. But there is birch, yellow birch all over the place, which has been my kind of go-to to find chaga. So we're gonna leave this guy here, and maybe we can come back next year or the year after and it'll be double the size. We just speared 2 chunks right off of this tree here. It's pretty high up. What do you figure, about 12 feet? 15? Maybe 15 feet high?
Yeah.
And here we go, sitting on my pack. What a great day for chaga hunting, boy, I'm telling you. We've been out here for probably about 2 hours now, and there's just birch everywhere. So we're going to keep on going around, see what we can find. Hopefully we can land another beauty, because those were pretty nice. And we found some nice chunks today. And Jesse says he saw one when he was in here last time. He left it on the tree, so we'll see if we can find that one again. But this is quite a large spot, so it's like finding a needle in a haystack. We'll cross our fingers and see how it goes. A little bit of deer sign here. Little baby deer. Probably heading down to the creek to get some water. Well, just a quick check-in. It seems to have stopped now, but I just wanted you to hear we're coming pretty close to some hunters. I think they're shooting some geese or some duck or something. I don't know what's in season right now, but the gunshots had started. You hear that? Let's listen. Yeah, they must be hunting geese. Anyway, we're just gonna keep our eyes open. Didn't realize there's still hunting going on, so we should have brought some orange. Anyway, we'll keep on moving on. All right, now. Jesse spotted a rather large piece of chaga, but it seems to be a little bit out of reach. But I think we'll probably get some chunks off of it. We'll have to give that a try. Just to give you a quick look at what we're looking at here. We're in a really beautiful spot. Got a little stream going through here. Some of it's frozen, some of it's not. Light shining through the woods. Beautiful spot. Now we're just trying to find our way back to the trail. We're way off trail, so we're gonna head on back and see if we can find our spot and get some more. Right, guys. So, just to give you a quick look, we did actually find another little batch. Was it right over here? Oh. I'll give you a quick look at that last little batch that we found. But we're going to save this one for a rainy day. We'll let this grow up to be a nice big chunk of chaga, and we'll come back and get it in a year or two. Leave this tree here, and hopefully we can come back again maybe next year or the year after and harvest another nice chunk of chaga. So I just want to thank you guys for coming on this little bit of a hunt with me. It's not a normal video of mine, but you know, we'll do some more of these, and we'll be getting into the chanterelles, or actually the morels, coming up in the next month or month and a half. And yeah, so that's about it for now. And don't be afraid of old mushrooms, because their plants are just as deadly. So do your homework, and we'll see you again on the next one. Get out and explore. I just got back home. Just wanted to show you my catch of the day. So here we are. There's one nice piece, about the size of my hand, a little bit bigger than my hand anyway. Here's another one. Lots of light, nice bright yellows on there. Looks pretty good. Another biggie. And then we got a whole bunch of other ones, about a baseball size. And that was my take. And Jesse got just about the same amount he brought home too. So we're going to be pretty good for chaga for a while. There we go. All off a yellow birch today, every single one of them.